Most recently, he spoke with members of a youth gang at his gym in hopes of creating a positive shift in their lives. In 2017, police officer Allen traveled to storm-ravaged Puerto Rico, where he was able to help distribute 2 tons of food to the citizens of the island. In 2020, he ran a clothing drive at the Staten Island Ferry Terminal, which was able to collect 500 coats and pairs of sneakers. Due to his extraordinary selfless work, we are honored to acknowledge his accomplishment and honor him tonight. Next candidate, Police Officer Ronald Woody of the 120th Precinct. Stand to be recognized. Police Officer Ronald Woody was appointed to the department on June 9, 2013. After completing his training at the Police Academy, he was assigned to the Impact Response Team, the Housing Bureau, until he was transferred to the School Safety Response Team in September of 2017. While assigned to the School Safety Response Team, he developed into a mentor to children. In 2020, Officer Ronald Woody was transferred to the 120th Precinct, where he was assigned to Community Affairs and continues in that current assignment. Police Officer Ronald Woody experience in the School Safety Response Team allowed him to be a fine example to the children he interacts with. Officer Ronald Woody has been very active in the youth community, using basketball to provide good experiences with the police department. While assigned to the 120th Precinct, Officer Ronald Woody took part in the Blue Chips program, in which he was a basketball coach and referee. He was also a basketball coach at the Stapleton Community Center and with Police Athletic League. Police Officer Ronald Woody is a prime example of a first responder who is incredibly dedicated to the development of youth in the communities he serves. Through his extraordinary selfless work, we are honored to acknowledge him, his accomplishments, and honor him tonight.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next is Police Officer Tommaso Frasca of the 121st Precinct. Prior to becoming a police officer, Thomas Frasca attended high school at St. Joseph's by the Sea on Staten Island. This would be where he would go on to discover his great regard for giving back to the community. During this time, he took part in numerous food drives, toy collections, and clothing drives as a member of the Holy Name Society. He would later attend Long Island University, where he was a very accomplished soccer player. While attending college, a childhood friend approached him about getting involved with a program called Humble Heroes. Humble Heroes is a group of community volunteers that strive to lift the spirits of ill and grieving children by dressing as superheroes while visiting local hospitals and grief centers. He instantly accepted the invitation and began to work with the program in 2012. Throughout his work with Humble Heroes, Officer Frasca has visited children at more hospitals and care centers, including but not limited to St. Peter's Children's Hospital, Cohen's Children's Hospital, and New York Presbyterian. In April of 2017, Officer Frasca would prove once more how committed he was to serve his community by becoming a New York City police officer. Officer Frasca was currently assigned as a neighborhood coordination officer where he frequently works directly with the community sector. Due to his extraordinary selfless work, we are honored to acknowledge his accomplishments and honor him tonight. Okay. Next, we have two police officers. Officer Christopher Angelone and Angela Roosh. You must pronounce it right. When I read their bio, I had tears in my eyes. Okay. Police officers Christopher Angelone and Angela Roosh, 122nd Precinct. On September 18, 2022, at approximately 12:33 hours, police officers Angelone and Roos were working as Sector A1 when responding to a 1013 of an MOS struck by a vehicle with critical injuries. Upon arriving at the scene, they found a female known to the department on the ground with critical injury to her right leg, which was bleeding profusely. The victim's femoral artery had been compromised. Due to the amount of blood loss, any movement to the victim's leg would have ended her life. Officer Roosh immediately retrieved the tourniquet, which he then gave to Officer Angelone with the help of accompanying officers who held the victim's leg. Officer Angelone was able to apply the tourniquet successfully and appropriately to the victim's right leg and stop the bleeding. Follow up with Staten Island University Hospital North medical personnel revealed that the officers' actions did in fact prevent the victim's demise. Due to their extraordinary selfless work, we are honored to acknowledge their accomplishment and honor them both tonight.
Good.
Good. Thank you, somebody. Next recipient is Officer Gabriel Quadros. Is he here? I guess he couldn't make it. I'm going to read it anyway. Police Officer Gabriel Quadros, 123rd Precinct. On Friday, October 1st, Police Officer Gabriel Quadros, while off duty, was traveling westbound on the Verrazano Bridge at approximately 12:30. When the traffic flow came to a stop, Officer Quadros then noticed a man running through the traffic on foot. The man was clearly emotionally disturbed and was loudly exclaiming that he wanted to die and was going to throw himself off the bridge. Officer Quadros then got out of his car and chased the emotionally disturbed person on foot, tackling him to the ground. Officer Quadros safely maintained control of this person while a bystander called 911. Triborough Transit Authority eventually arrived on the scene, giving Officer Quadros handcuffs to aid in controlling the emotionally disturbed man. A unit eventually arrived to transport the man to the hospital. Officer Quadros' quick actions and bravery saved the man's life, honoring his oath even while off duty. Officer Quadros is currently assigned to the public safety team. He has 7 years on the job and has been the recipient of the 123rd Precinct Cop of the Month Award 5 times, as well as for 12 excellent police duty and 4 meritorious police duty awards.
We'll make sure you'll get all of his awards.
I will bring it to
Promise you.
1, 2, 3 tomorrow myself. Okay. Next will be fire department, none of them here. So I believe there's only one of the recipients for EMT. But I'm going to read the one who's here first. Richard McMahon. Richard McMahon, born and raised in Rosebank area of Staten Island, aspired to become an emergency medical technician and followed his family's footsteps. After completing EMT school in spring of 2017, Richard started in primary care and went to fulfill an internship at Richmond University Medical Center and officially began his career at Rumsey EMT in February of 2018. Richard was eager to learn, and his passion for helping people made him an asset in the Staten Island community. He was able to quickly step in and apply his training to provide aid to those in need of medical attention. While showcasing compassion and support for his patients, EMT McMahon has demonstrated a strong desire to help those in need, both on and off duty. And it is apparent that he is someone who truly loves what he does and is eager to make a difference in his community. On May 18, 2022, EMT Richard McMahon demonstrated to his community and his fellow colleagues how devoted he is not only to helping those in need, but also a true act of heroism in the Staten Island community. McMahon responded to an unknown call on his day off. McMahon assisted a patient who was in need of help on the way to the hospital. EMT McMahon was sitting in back of the ambulance with his patient when the patient pulled a gun on him and shot him in the back of his left shoulder. In an instant, McMahon wrestled the weapon from the man and detained him until further help arrived. McMahon was a true hero that day. We are forever grateful for his service and his act of bravery and all he has done for his community. We are honored to acknowledge his accomplishments and bravery and honor him tonight.
Excellent.
We don't have EMTs right now or paramedics that are not here. Oh, we have one more? Okay.
Oh,
Miguel Hernandez.
Oh, come on up.
Like I was saying, those who are not here, we will be reading their bios, and then we'll give them the awards at their own facilities.
All right. Paramedic Miguel Hernandez. Paramedic Miguel Hernandez, during his tenure with Staten Island University Hospital Northwell Health, EMT Hernandez has multiple cardiac arrest saves. Credit to him, as well as many citizens of Staten Island, that he has helped and treated throughout his career. While working as a paramedic, Miguel has still found time to attend nursing school, which he had just also started a small tech company called EMS Academic Prep, which provides educational content for New York City paramedics, as well as EMTs and paramedics that are taking National Registry emergency medical technical exams. Currently, paramedic Hernandez is still working on several other mobile applications to streamline the advanced education for the future of healthcare practitioners in the emergency medical service and nursing field.
Beautiful.
These EMTs, they kind of coincided with the two police officers earlier from the woman that lost her leg. So, not here, but they're not here, but on September 15th, 2022, 23D2 EMTs Michael Grover and Jessica Mancino, along with 23Y2 paramedics Brian McIntyre and Carmen Rosa, responded to a call that no EMS worker wants to go to, an accident involving one of their own. EMT Ashley Diaz from Station 43 was off duty and getting into her private vehicle when she was violently struck by another vehicle. Within minutes, NYPD and EMS were on the scene, and even in Ashley's critically injured state, she was able to direct an NYPD officer on the use of a tourniquet. When 23D2 and 23Y2 arrived on the scene, they took over patient care for Ashley, making several critical decisions, including the addition of a second tourniquet, which saved her life. Ashley, unrecognizable due to facial trauma, was able to recognize her former partner from Station 43 EMT Grover, paramedic McIntyre and Rosa, arrived on the scene and provided further life-saving interventions. Because of their impeccable training and swift intervention, EMT Diaz will recover from her numerous injuries and raise her young son. We are honored to acknowledge their accomplishments and of them tonight. They were also involved in that same thing. Paramedic Brian McIntyre joined the FDNY following in his father's footsteps, who has served the department for 26 years. He has been with the FDNY since 2015. He began his career in Rossville Station and was accepted to the paramedic program at the FDNY Academy in 2017. After completing the program, he was assigned to Lower East Side of Manhattan, where he served the community of Manhattan. He returned to Rossville Station this year. He resides in the New Dorp section of Staten Island. Last one was paramedic Carmen Rosa, has been with the FDNY since 2011. She was assigned to Sunset Park Station and worked serving the community for 5 years. She was reassigned to the Rossville Station in 2016. She resides in the westerly section of Staten Island. She is a member of the United States Air Force, mother, and a grandmother. They couldn't come, but if I'm going to just mention their names. And we'll make sure, I'm going to head and deliver them to the precinct, and I'm not going to have myself. New York City Fire Awards Engine Company 161, Ladder 81, Lieutenant Richard A. Lepardo, Firefighter Michael Brusca, Firefighter Salvador Gandolfo, Firefighter Daniel Quinn, and Firefighter Paul Campbell.
Make a little announcement to my EMS buddies. Yes, I'm one of you. All right, still on. You want to see me with hair? There you go. I was in the 3rd graduating paramedic class. 3rd. My number, 912.
That's your age?
Yeah. So I welcome all of you. I thank you, each and every one of you. Thank you for coming down here. And let me tell you, you guys, especially you medics today, and you officers, you guys got it easy compared to us. We drove, in the beginning, old internationals.